I don't know how I feel about this. I think I want to substitute this for like one of these little latches, one of these little guys. We're getting rid of this right now, for sure. So that you can keep this thing from getting dirt or anything else in there while you're out and about running around. This is the extremely rare Mini 2-in-1 Tripod 2.0 remote kit. The work that it took for me to get this thing, the time that I had to wait to try and just get my hands on one of them was crazy. So if you're someone that finds yourself in an opportunity where you want to get one and you finally find a way to get one, then I would just go ahead and order the dang thing. Well, maybe, I don't know. I haven't really fully tested it out yet, but we are going to walk you through it. So this is the little thing right there. That's just basic instructions. I don't know if I would use this for the X5. It's just not my thing. Maybe some people will. I mean, you obviously could, but personally, this is more of a Go Ultra situation. So we'll see. We'll see. All the examples are going for the X5. Right, so we've got all of these little guys right there, plus this little addendum, plus the actual handle right there. We'll get to that in just a second. And then we have the mini remote instructions. So this is going to be for pairing and whatever. You got a USB-C port and all of the other good stuff. Cool beans. Indicator light button. All right, that's pretty straightforward. And the remote is right there in this little thing right there. You know what? I don't think we need this top light right now. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's go ahead and get this remote out of here first. So this is the little button remote. How nice, how fancy. Maybe we do need that light back now that we just went super dark on here. Boom. So you got the little record button, little flashing light, and the USB-C guy right there. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in while we wait for the rest of this video to finish. So I have a little USB-C cord right there, bink, and we'll let that charge. Cool beans. So then we're gonna have these guys, which are just spacers, I believe. Yep, that's all that is. That is just a spacer to make sure that when you have this guy on here that it is tight as possible, because the last thing you need want is a bunch of wiggle. And you've got a little GoPro mount situation going on here, plus a little GoPro mount. How do we get there we go. Yeah, look at that. Bink. And then lastly, I think this is the ring portion, which is kind of cool. I like the fact that they gave you the ability to just throw this on your finger as a ring or strap it around a bike or whatever. Yep, there we go. So this guy can go around a bike, or if you want to, it seems like we could do something like this, which is an interesting idea. Like just the ability to do that. I guess this would go in this position maybe, or no, it would have gone in this position, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I flipped that the wrong way, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Oh, and it has a little plug for the remote. So if I undo this really quickly, actually, let's go ahead and do this. You have a little plug right there so that you can keep this thing from getting dirt or anything else in there while you're out and about running around. I like that. I don't know how much I'm going to use this just because I almost always use voice activation for my stuff. So the remote might not be a good necessity for me, or it might become like something that I just always revert to because I have it. So it could be that because I didn't have it, I never used it, which makes sense. But I do really like the voice activation feature, and that could just go right there. So then now you have your little ring remote. I'm going to want this facing this way. Yeah, so I would imagine it would, oops, let me just turn it on. I would imagine that that would just connect right there. Yeah, and then you just ding, ding, ding. Interesting idea. Very interesting. But you could also just wrap this around a pole if you needed to, which is a great thing. And they've given a much tighter connection on that side, so you don't have to worry about that coming out. That's pretty cool. All right, this guy should just pop back out. Let's see, how do we get this out? Do we just peel it, maybe? Okay. All right, it just snaps back out. We'll go ahead and drop this guy back in there for the charging purposes. And then that brings us to, I believe, the final bag, right? Yep, this is the final bag. This is the actual remote. Woohoo! There we go. Or not the remote, the selfie stick. So one thing I didn't realize is you're actually sliding the SD cards in here. I thought this opened up, but it doesn't. This does not open up. You can have up to 2 micro SD cards in there, and they just literally punch in right from that top section. So that's cool, very interesting. And then this magnetizes right there. And if you were not using the remote, then, oh, look at that. If you weren't using the remote, then you would obviously maybe just leave that guy in there so you could have that, not have a hole. And then you have these little guys, it goes bink, wait, bink. That's pretty cool. Interesting little mechanism there. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I want to substitute this for like one of these little latches, one of these little guys. I've been really happy with this, and I can imagine just having one of those little things right there on the bottom of the tripod, so it's basically non-existent. It's not like this huge cord, and then we can just dink and drop that guy in there. So I also don't know how I feel about this attachment point. I really like having just a 1/4 inch right there and not having this whole experience. Like, this is just a big thing, and I don't like that. So that's just a personal thought, but this is what I've been using. So pretty close to the same, I suppose, you know? And if you were to put this ball head on here, that would work. I'm actually going to put the Go Ultra action mount on there when I get it. I've been waiting for like 3 weeks for that thing to get here, so that is something that I've had to just be patient on. But this is where we are with this. Interesting. And you've got a decent little extension range, nothing crazy, just enough to get you that little bit of distance from you. And I like that. I definitely want to get rid of this. This is not going to stay. We're getting rid of this right now, for sure, for sure. And I'm going to show you my solution to that. So this pops out, cool beans. One of the perks of buying tons of this stuff is you get all of these little extra guys. So this little guy is what I was using on, it's like what I did here, right? So I did that same thing there. But now what we're going to do is, this actually looks like it's going to go in really simply, just because it's, yeah, that's sick. All right, so hear me out on this. I think this will be long enough that it won't affect the tripod part. Man, it's close. That is pretty close. So, but if we're here like this, let's just see what happens. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's more than fine. And now look, that tiny little thing is not an issue. And so I can go straight into this moment. And then if I want to, I can pop this guy off, strap that guy on right there. Boom, done. Look at how smooth that is. Oh, I freaking love that. So if you need that little tether, it's there. But then if you don't want it, for me at least, I'm just going to be able to go bing, 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 wrap this guy back around here, drop him on there like this. I've shown this in several videos, but it's just one of my favorite things is how that connects right there. And now I have just the tiniest little pea pod right there. That's perfect. And then I just have an extra one of these at this point. So go team. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. This has just been a little unboxing and exploration of this little guy, and I hope that this helped you. And that's the goal. So we're going to make some other videos on this, but remember, you're going to sink or swim. Let's rise with the tide, and I'll see you on the flip side.